Hey guys, Rusty Creasey here. I'm manager of the Coca-Cola Woods over here in Arkansas. If you follow me on social media, you know you have seen me planting rice and millet and different things for ducks. Also, I do some deer plots. But I just wanted to show you today that you don't have to have big equipment to make a difference in the plant food for ducks, for deer, or for whatever you want to feed. You know, today we're gonna plant a duck hole with millet using nothing more than a 4-wheeler disc and a 4-wheeler seeder. Less than $1,000 worth of equipment, and I'm gonna show you what all we can get done with it. We're gonna plant millet, we're gonna put fertilizer out, we're gonna disc, we're gonna cover it, and in about 60 days, we're gonna have some duck food. Come with us. All right, we've made it to our duck hole. The two Titan attachments we're using today, ATV spreader, the ATV/UTV disc. Next step's gonna be unhooking from the disc, and we're just gonna throw out fertilizer. We got 1919, we're gonna put it on the entire hole, and then we'll probably disc it under and then plant our millet. But right now we're gonna unhook and load up with fertilizer. So we're loaded up with fertilizer, and you could disc first and then fertilize, but today I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this fertilizer out and then disc it in. All right, we got all our fertilizer out. It's a little muddy, so normally I would, if it was dry, I'd come in here and disc it and then seed it and then lightly cover it. But with this, I'm not real sure how good of a stand I'll get doing it that way. So before we disc, we're gonna put a little old layer of millet down, then we're gonna disc it, and then we're gonna top sow it. So we're gonna have seed underneath, seed in the middle, and seed on top. Cool little feature here with this spreader is that you can adjust down to the pound how little or how much you want. Now see, millet is really small. It's gonna have to really cut her down. That's the beauty of this. It lets you put out just the right amount. That should be good to go. Right there. All right, so we've spread a layer of millet out. We're gonna adjust these blades to where they're cutting. Now, with the dirt conditions or with the mud, I'm not sure how much weight that it's gonna take to get this thing to cut. So y'all are gonna learn just like I am. Let's see what we can do. All right, we're adding a 50-pound bag of corn, and let's see how that helps. Well, it took us a minute, but we worked our kinks out, and we figured out you need about 200 pounds of weight on this disc. Once we got that figured out, we got our first layer of millet covered. I'm gonna come back over the top with another layer of millet. They're calling for rain next week. So what we've got covered should come up. What we throw on top, the rain will beat it down in this fresh dirt and mud. It'll come up. Here in about a week's time, we should have a good stand of millet. We're almost done. Throw some on top, call it good. right, y'all, just that quick. We've got our little duck hole planted. You know, today is proof that you don't have to have big fancy equipment or expensive equipment to plant food for ducks or deer. You know, we've got the little Titan seeder, the Titan ATV UTV disc. Seeder worked perfect. The disc, once we got the weight combination with the angle, it worked perfect. So give them a try. It ain't rocket science. A little sweat, a little want to, a couple little pieces of equipment, and whether you've got a small duck pond or a few big timber holes, they got a piece of equipment that'll do the job for you. All right, here's the deal, y'all. You know, today's way of thinking is, hunting is a rich man's game. It ain't gotta be. You know, there's a whole lot more of us good old blue collar boys than there is wealthy people in this deal. And there's a whole lot more people that own little old tracts here and there than there are these big wealthy landowners. So, you know, I'm just like y'all. I can't afford a $20,000 or $30,000 new tractor disc, and that's on the low end. You know, they spend hundreds of thousands. But with this, you can do the same job on a smaller scale without breaking the bank. This stuff here is for the good old boy who works his tail off all week and lives for the weekend. This is the stuff that we buy. All right, y'all, just a quick little update. It's been 5 days since we threw some millet out. Used a little four-wheeler disc, seeder, and didn't know how good it would be, but we've had a little rain and we had moisture. Check it out. We have got a perfect stand of millet all across the hole. So we're off and running. Nothing but a little four-wheeler, seeder, and a little old four-wheeler disc. It can be done.